thoughts until it was nice features to appear impassive. I'm probably a Faulkner fan, right? 15 years ago, early December, that first year at the cabin, Dad said we were going to have an adventure. To some parents, this might have meant a trip to Paris or a cruise to somewhere exotic. For my dad, it meant an old-fashioned holiday in our new house, lighting the Danish calendarly, Christmas candle, and enjoying roast duck, cabbage, beetroot, and potatoes for Christmas dinner.
I have mixed feelings about it. Just based on how this has been going, there's a lot of world building and you're trying to understand. You have the mortal world ruled by the descended. Think of the descended as the immortal, the elite, the most powerful, and then you have the other world of the mortals. It's following this healer, that's her occupation, DM Bellator, who comes from a poor village. Her main purpose in life is to heal people that have gotten wounded. The book kicks off with a scene where DM is witnessing her mother speaking with someone from the descended world. It looks like an unpleasant conversation, and all of a sudden DM's mother disappears. So that's a really big focus for DM. She's trying to understand what's happened. Did her mother actually get taken? Did she get killed? Did she just abandon her family? And then as you progress towards 70–80%, it starts to show more of the relationship building, and you'll start to see how DM interacts with the descended, and she in particular has this back and forth going on with Prince Luther. Seeing how that develops, you're in the very infancy stages of that, but that's towards 80% of the book. This is also part of a series. I'm very happy to have explored a different genre, but don't know if I'm in love with this, to be honest. It's fantasy, romance. I'm almost done with this, about 90% through, and so far, I'd say it's a solid 3.5. I'm not feeling like it's anything over the top, but it has kept my attention. I'll keep y'all posted. I finished this book so quick, y'all. I would say if y'all can get this on audiobook, highly recommend. The audiobook's so good. I really like the narrator, Frankie Corso. It's following Rosie and Aiden. These are two writers. Rosie got accepted into NYU. They're both in an NYU program. Rosie writes romance and Aiden writes lit fic, so their focus is in two different genres, and there's just a lot of tension between the two. It's absolutely like enemies to lovers type of trope. You're very much going to see that slow burn tension. There's a lot of witty banter as well, and this book was also described as being very similar to The Hating Game meets beach reads. I will say though, spice level is there. I think it's like around 70%. Once they start writing some of the steamy romance, part of one of their assignments is that they have to pair up together and write a book including both lit fic and romance aspects. Aiden is doing the romance part and Rosie the lit fic part. They're both teaming up and writing this book together, featuring aspects of both of their genres. I think where it starts to really pick up is when they start writing some of the romance scenes together. You can kind of see where it's gonna go. I thought it was super cute. I would highly recommend, if you want a fast read, just listening to it on audiobook. I feel like you can knock it out in no time. It was so quick. I had a good time with it. I would say it's a solid 4 because I think the comedy was really good. They're like mid-20s, so is that considered YA? They're in graduate school, I think. I thought it was decent. Yeah, I would give it a 4 because it made me laugh. Definitely spicy. It was cute, but it was not your regular rom-com type of book. It felt like enemies to lovers, but with a twist. This could be a great palate refresher, and it's just a really quick audio book to breeze through. Just wanted to give y'all an update on Not in My Book by Katie Holt. Oh, really quick, before I forget, the audiobook just became available for me for Love and Other Words. This is Christina Lauren. I'm excited about this one. I think I requested the audiobook like a while back and forgot. And I had received this book in my first book outlet haul. If y'all haven't seen that, by the way, I had uploaded it. I shared my book outlet haul with y'all, so you can check it out if you're interested. Speaking of book outlet, I did make a second order, so I may include that in this video, actually. So you might see that later as well. This is also another book that I'm going to be listening and doing like immersive reading on. I'll check in with y'all later. I just wanted to make sure that I did not forget this. I am very excited about this. Okay, y'all, I just wanted to pop in with a quick update. So I had a book club meet and we picked our next book. It's actually gonna be historical fiction. We are going to read The Women by Kristen Hanna. So I am really excited. I got it on Audible and then I also checked it out at the library. I know, it's a little extra, but for the purpose of doing immersive reading. So I could really get into it. I feel like I can enjoy the reading experience a lot more when I do immersive reading, but that's just me. Our last book that we read though, we discussed it today. I just wanted to pop in with a quick update. Spark of the Everflame, I'll also pop that up for y'all somewhere on the screen so you could see. I wasn't crazy about it. There's a lot of focus on world building and the main character that you're following. I wasn't a fan of the character. I gave it a 3-star only for the simple fact that it was a very quick and easy read. I will say that if you're new into fantasy, I do think it will grab your attention. I think you can keep reading. It's very easy to read. So for that, I think that's why I gave it a 3. There were some other relationship building things that were happening outside that I enjoyed, like the non-romantic relationships, like the everyday things. I enjoyed that piece. So there are some parts of it, but as a whole, I don't know if I'd go out of my way to recommend it. And I also don't know if I'm going to continue the series. I think there are 4 books in that series. So that's an update on Spark of the Everflame. I also wanted to give a quick update on this book here. This is Love and Other Words. This is interesting because it switches between tenses. So one chapter will be in the past, following this girl, Macy Sorensen. It'll talk about her past and then it'll go into her present. She's a pediatrics resident and she's in the midst of planning a wedding. She runs into her childhood first love, basically. And this is creating a situation for her to sort of reflect because something happened where they kind of fell out of touch, Macy and her first love, Elliot. And so we don't know what happened. So you're kind of following that story in the past, but then you're also seeing them reconnect in the current day. I've never read a book like this before. I will say, I'm about 50% in. There is a scene where it describes Macy and Elliot. They love reading together, so that's already super cute. Elliot notices that Macy has Anne of Green Gables in her collection, and he's like, oh, have you read Anne of Green Gables? She's like, yeah. I was just like, oh my God, not them mentioning a childhood classic. You get so many bonus points for bringing up Anne of Green Gables. I know it's just a small detail, but I'm here for it. I'm listening to this on audio, and I'm reading. And I feel like this is a very quick read. Otherwise, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? I feel like those were the major updates. I feel like before I close out the video, I did want to show y'all what I got from Book Outlet, so I'll do that really quick and then we will wrap this vlog up. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Tell me if there's specific kind of content that you'd like to see. We did a lot of random bookish things in this video, so definitely keep me posted because I'd love to make more of what you want to see as well. So if I'm not making what you want to see, then you're not gonna watch my video, right? You're not gonna come hang out with me. So I want y'all to hang out with me. You know, let me know in the comments what type of book content you would like to see more of, and I will catch y'all in my next vlog. And if you want to stick around to see what I got from Book Outlet, just keep watching.